Hey guys, this is Planted Aquarium MN, just bringing you a real quick video update on the Planted 75. Things are going real good for this tank. The plants are growing really great, a little too fast for me. I need to trim this stuff constantly, but I'm not complaining. Really, plants are extremely healthy. The plant or the tank itself is extremely well balanced right now and dialed in, so I'm real happy about everything and how it's going. But I just did a trim this past weekend. I did a trim the previous weekend. I'm trimming every weekend basically, but this in particular, in the back behind the manzanita branch, that Limnophila aromatica, that stuff, I just trimmed it back a little over a week ago, about 8 inches, and it's already grown up to the surface, and it's bent over and shading the stargrass and the Taiwan moss on the manzanita. So this next weekend I'm going to have to trim off again about another 8, maybe 10 inches off of that. The stargrass, I just trimmed that this past weekend. That's already bushing up quite nicely. I'm going to have to trim that back again. Over here back in the corner, I've got a bunch of Hygrophila polysperma sunset. That needs to be trimmed constantly. I'm trimming that sometimes 2-3 times a week. The Ludwigia inclinata cuba there in the middle, I'm trying to go for more of a bushy look on that. That's doing really good. Looks like it needs a little bit of a trim. My glosso here on the front and the right, but the front left here in particular, this glosso over here is just growing like crazy. It's growing over everything, it's growing over itself, and it's really starting to pile up. So I think this coming weekend I'm going to take a weed whacker out and I'm going to either rip this stuff up or tear out a big chunk of it and just plant some runners down, get it back down to the substrate a little bit. The dwarf baby tears right here in the middle, that stuff's really starting to grab hold and root in real nicely since the transplant from the 55. But now I've got glosso growing over that, so I really need to trim back this glosso and get that into control, under control a little bit more. But overall, the fish are healthy. The Blixa japonica that I picked up here a few weeks ago, that stuff is growing nicely. It's starting to stem off. It's all rooted in real nicely. Overall, I'm very happy with the tank. Everything's coming along real good. Might be replacing that red plant in the middle. It's Ludwigia peruensis or something like that. But I might be pulling that one out and exchanging that for a different type of red plant there. I'm not quite sure. I haven't found another red plant that I like yet, so I'm doing a little bit of homework on that. We'll see what happens. But overall, tank's doing really good. I did pick up a new heater this past week, or actually about 2 weeks ago. I bought a new heater on Amazon. I picked up the new Fluval E300, and the first one I got, I had to send back. I plug it in, and the temperature reading on it's got this nice little digital readout on this heater, which I really like. It's a nice little feature. But I'd plug it in, it'd show maybe 66 degrees, then I'd plug it in again, unplug it, plug it back in, it'd show 92, unplug it, plug it back in, it'd show 84, so something was screwy with that, so Amazon was quick to replace it. They sent out a new one, I sent the old one back, and this one's been running perfect since I got it, so no complaints. But because of that experience, I did also pick up this Finnex heater controller. And the heater is actually plugged into the Finnex heater controller, and then this gets plugged into the outlet. But they're both set at a certain temperature, and the tank's been maintaining at 77, right where I want it to be right now with these fish and these plants. So the odds of both the heater and the heater controller malfunctioning at the same time are slim to none, so complete peace of mind for me. So anyways, that's about it. I'll maybe send out or do another video update after I get the weed whacker out this weekend and cut some of these weeds back. But for now, just subscribe if you haven't. Appreciate you watching. Later.